Hello everyone and welcome to this reading. For today, as you might have seen from the title of this video, we will be exploring your current lesson or maybe lessons. We'll see what comes through. So if you are going through a situation, a rough patch, or simply, you're just living life, we will try to find out what is this situation, this current situation meant to teach you. How is it supposed to help you grow? Okay, so in order to help you choose, as you might have noticed, I have prepared here 3 images that you can choose from. Please take your time in making your choice. You can choose more than one group if you are being called to, of course. I will put the timestamps in the description box below as always. And with all that being said, let's begin. Hi, group number 1. If you chose this lovely image, this is going to be your reading. This is going to be your current lesson. Okay, what you need to know at the moment, what you're supposed to learn at the moment, how you're supposed to grow. Let's see what comes through. Okay, group number 1. Okay, and we have 8 of Pentacles to begin with, and then we have Justice. I'll see how many I can fit. I didn't want to make a huge spread. We have Queen of Wands, 6 of Wands. Yeah, I don't think we can stretch it any longer. Okay. So whatever you have been going through, group number 1, the end result is going to be a positive one. But there is a high chance that this could take a little bit of time, and it will require all of your passion and all of your willpower. Okay, so whatever challenges you might be going through, whatever situation is making you, let's put it this way, I'm not gonna say uncomfortable, but I feel like it's something that involves a lot of work. Whatever you're going through, like you've invested a lot of time and a lot of effort, and you're putting so much work into it, and some of you might feel like you're not actually getting any results, or you're not going anywhere, or it's like a never-ending cycle of work and work and work and investing more and more time, and it's just nothing is ever happening. Like you're not seeing the benefits of it. Some of you might feel like you're losing your will to continue on this path. You don't feel motivated. It's that type of situation. For some of you, doesn't have to resonate with everyone watching, but it kind of feels like the type of situation where you're just stuck in this cycle, repetitive cycle, where you keep doing the same things. And mind you, they are not bad. Okay, so it's not like you're repeating the same thing and you're supposed to change something. Okay, because some of you might feel like there's nothing to change, but you feel like you keep putting in the work and nothing ever comes out of it. You're not seeing any evolution on your path, and there will be progress here. There will be, but things are still. I'm hearing brewing. Okay. And they're like slowly building up. It's almost like this fermentation process. I'm seeing the barrel. That's why I'm thinking of like brewing and fermenting in order to get something even better out of it. So something different. So things are actually in motion. Things are actually happening. There is progress here, but it's very subtle. It's very difficult to notice, and you might be in a state where a state of mind where it's difficult for you to assess all your progress by yourself, because you're right in the middle of things. And that's why this requires time, and it requires patience. It requires you being calm, let's put it like, not doing anything rash, not like being hasty, but also holding on to your willpowers. A lot of you watching this might be fire signs, or you have some fire signs in your birth chart. Again, doesn't have to resonate with everyone. Or you could be like, you could have like a star sign that's really powerful, really determined. And I feel like you're not going through this lesson for nothing, okay? It's not something that's supposed to break you. It's something that's supposed to forge you, okay? It's supposed to make you stronger. It's supposed to help you realize your sheer willpower, okay? The fact that whenever you set something, you set something in mind, like you have a goal in mind, you're going to pursue it, you're going to stick to it, and no matter how difficult it is. And this is the time when you're supposed to use that willpower, okay? If you are a fiery personality, again, you don't have to be a fire sign, you just have to have a very strong personality. Now this is not the time to mellow, okay? This is not a time to be soft and gentle, whatever. This is the time to toughen up, okay? To tap into that strong energy of yours, and find a way out of this. Let me get the 6 of Wands card. I'm also hearing keep your head high, like keep your head above the water, okay? Because you're not at that sinking stage yet. You're not in danger, okay? You have to keep a clear mind. And for some of you, have to rise above everyone's perspective, because others might have a very different perspective. Being in the middle of a situation, and you might be influenced by other people's perspective, and that might be a negative thing for you, okay? That might hold you back, drag you down. Okay, we have Ace of Pentacles. Now Ace of Pentacles is success, okay? It's fruition, it's abundance, right? It could be financial abundance if you're struggling with finances, or for some of you, I'm hearing this specific message, don't worry about the finances. That won't be a problem, or it's not as big as a problem as you think it is. The end result seems really 2 of Cups, yes. The end of this situation will be exactly what you have hoped for. Okay, whatever you have hoped for, whatever you envisioned this situation to end like, or these goals to end like, that's what you're going to get. Let's see one of these. We have, oh wow, okay, well, I'm gonna have to put up a pencil on this. It's let's put it this way, intimate magic with number 38, which becomes an 11. I draw on my body with an invisible blade, carved with the bliss of lustrous teeth. It is in the allure that I will meet blood and flesh. It's a bit of a look. It's first of all, there could be a lot of suffering, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of negative thoughts around this, the poisonous thoughts I'm hearing, okay? Again, I see like ivy, and those ladies, let's call them, they are like looking trapped in those ivy, the poison ivies, and again, this like feeling stuck in this never-ending cycle. And again, with like a lot of people, various opinions, you might be surrounded by people who give you a lot of different opinions. You might need to hush out those outer voices in order to be able to focus on what you really want. Whatever you are going through at this moment, you are being taught that all good things need some sort of a sacrifice here, okay? This, whatever you are wishing for, whatever you are going through, requires you to go through this pain in order to get to what you want. And again, the end result is going to be a positive one, but it's not going to be an easy one. And maybe you have never tapped into your full potential, into your full power yet. You never knew what you were capable of, and you might have doubts. Okay, flower crown, number 12 becomes a 3. Wear your power proudly and unapologetically, for it is your birthright, and it is eternal like the soul. I'm sorry about the stumbling. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, this is meant to bring out that inner power. Okay, and like I feel like for some of you, you have been shamed for that power. You have been shamed for being a certain way. Okay, for being too strong, for speaking your mind, for being blunt, for being straightforward, for being honest, for being yourself. You know, you might have been shamed for that. But this is the time to be yourself. Okay, this is the time to use that to your benefit, because I feel like nobody else around you understands this. Nobody understands this. Some understand certain things to a certain degree, but they can only follow you up to a certain point. And from there on, you have to do this on your own. And you have to trust in yourself that you can do it. Believe in yourself that you can do this, that you have the power to do this. Now, of course, if you no longer want to do this, if you want to give it up, again, you have the power here. You hold the power in this situation. And good. It's yeah, I don't know. I feel like you're not supposed to give up on something. Number 13, which becomes a 4. Fearless I am in the path I chose, for I've never been led astray, always finding my way. I mean, I guess that says it all. Good, number 1, okay? And you see that I there. So it's again, this idea of like things coming to fruition, okay? Because the goat is also a symbol of fertility. Okay, of abundance and fertility. And like you see them stuck in these leaves, vines, and then you see the vines on those horns. So he's no longer stuck in there. So I feel like also if you are into occult practices, magic, you need to maybe work with the moon. We have some eclipses coming, but it doesn't, this could be a timeless reading. You don't have to watch it only during those times. But yeah, it could be helpful. It could help with clarity, especially for some of you watching. Yes, okay, so I hope that made sense, group number 1. I hope you understood your lessons, or your lesson. Of course, as I like to repeat myself constantly, you are the master, you are the creator of your life. You make your own decisions. I'm not telling you what to do. Spirit is not here to tell you what to do. So please keep that in mind, okay? We'll have free will. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hi, group number 2. If you chose this lovely image, this will be your reading. Let's find out what is your current lesson. What are you meant to learn from this current situation? Let's see what the cards have for us. We have Justice. Okay. We have 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, Queen of Wands, so you cannot get to where you want without learning. There is no way around it. That's what I'm hearing. There is no way around it. You have to put in the work. There is no growth without learning. I feel like I'm not judging anyone. I don't want to sound judgmental. I don't know why. I'm afraid it might come across as that. I feel like you want to to skip a stage in something. Okay, like I don't have time for this, I don't need this, I want to get to the next level. It's like you're playing a video game, let's call it like that. I don't know, I don't play video games, I don't know how they're like today, but let's say you're playing like an old type of video game, and you want to jump from the level 3 to level 5. Okay, because the level 3 was way too easy, and you have a feeling the level 4 is also easy, and you just want to get straight to the difficult ones, to the challenging ones, because you want a real challenge. But you are not supposed to do that, and you won't be able to do that. And if you do that, it's only going to set you back. So you might have problems with like skipping, a certain stage in your life challenge, whatever you're going through now, and you could be frustrated, and you feel like you are being wronged, and you don't see the point of it. You don't feel like you need it, but in fact this is a necessary stage. Regardless of how easy it might seem, how pointless it might seem to you, it is a necessary stage, and it's only a matter of time, only after you've been through it, that you will understand the value of what you have to go through. So now you could be going through that stage, and you are very frustrated that you're going through that stage. You're actually quite angry, some of you. You feel like it's holding you back, and it's pulling you down, and it's like, it's just below your abilities, below your potential, and you just don't know why you have to deal with that. And let me see this Two of Swords. But you still need to learn from this, regardless of how little you're going to learn from it. But I don't feel like you're going to learn little. Okay, I feel like there's some things that you might have missed, and you need to go through this lesson in order to pay attention to those details, because they might come in very handy in the future. So it's all for your benefit, Oh, one flew out. We have the Sun, and it's reversed. It came out reversed. So you could be in the dark about some things still. Like you feel like you have everything figured out. Like you see, let's turn it. Okay, like you see, we have a labyrinth here. Let's avoid the glare. We have a labyrinth, and we have all those mechanical things happening up there, So yeah, I feel like some of you watching, a lot of you watching, have everything figured out. Right, like you already know what you have to do, you've already created a path for it, like a system to achieve what you want, and you might be very against other people's opinions or other people's perspectives, so it's very difficult for others to come in and offer suggestions, because you already know your path. You might have a very strong personality, some of you watching, or at least when it comes to this specific situation, you are very determined. Okay, you know what you want, you have made it clear that's what you want and how you want to get it. Okay, you have a plan, you have a very established plan, and you just don't want to stray away from that plan. And you're supposed to stray, because for some of you, because this came in reverse, there could be some things that you have missed. Okay, some details that are evading you, and they will be helpful in the future. So you need this. You need to know this. Okay, let's see real quick. This Queen of Wands, we have Four of Wands. Yes, the Four of Wands is among other things, of course, to me it's like a card of community. Okay, it could be about teamwork, or it could be about taking other people's opinions into account, or finding the joy of this journey among other people, like enjoying this journey among other people. You might be very solitary on this journey of yours, group number 2, and you're not supposed to. Like, oh, this is going to sound so cheesy, but that's the message I'm getting. It's not about the goal, it's also about the journey and the people that you meet along that journey. I know, cheesy, Hallmark movie, sorry about that, but like, yeah. I have some spirit guides that enjoy romanticizing things. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, you're missing out on the joy of this journey and the people that you could meet and the people that you could benefit from, and some of them might end up with you on the long run. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a romantic encounter. It could just be people who are on the same page as you, but you're refusing to see them now because you are only focused on that end result, whatever that end result is. And you are frustrated that you can't get to that goal fast enough because you already know what needs to be done. You know, you already have your system. I keep repeating that. Like, you have a system. I have a system. I know it's efficient. Well, it's efficient. Nobody said it wasn't, but that's not the only thing you're supposed to learn. That's like, let's try a side alley for once and see what you can find in there. That's what I'm hearing. So it's not like your plan is flawed. It's just that you could benefit a lot more from, you know, this. Let's call it a side quest. This side quest, okay? You're meant to take up a side quest. Okay, so let's see something else. I don't know. Are you into like games and fantasy stuff, group number 2? Because that comes that comes very strongly in this reading. I'm getting all this imagery with the games, like very realistic games, not just like those basic games, like very realistic games and the quests and everything. And you might enjoy like those fantasy movies, and of course it doesn't have to resonate for everyone, or you just enjoy romanticizing things in general. Except this one, like you forgot to romanticize this one. We have chant with number 4. Hear me loud, hear me roar, for I am hearing my truth. And again, this beautiful dance, okay, with people who, like, look, all of them have their eyes closed, right? Like, they're enjoying this. They're enjoying this dance. It's not just about the technique. It's not just about, oh, look how well I know how to dance and everything. It's about enjoying that, okay? Feeling that. You're not feeling your journey, group number 2. Okay, so there are certain things that you're supposed to feel, and you're like shutting yourself down from those feelings. And because you think like the end result is everything, when you're supposed to enjoy this. And for some of you, like, since they have, all 3 of them have their eyes closed, it's a matter of trust. We also had the 3 of Pentacles before, right? So it's 3 of Pentacles and then these 3 ladies here, right? It's just a matter of work, a teamwork, learning together, going through this journey and learning together. And it's also about trust because they have their eyes closed. It's also about trust. So maybe you're supposed to trust other people, to have more trust in the divine, to have more trust in the process. Let's put it this way. Because you're impatient. Yeah, that could be one of it. Like, trust the process. Regardless of how out of line, out of its path it seems at the moment. Let's see what else. We have sacrifice with, okay, number 36, which becomes a 9. You must find the ebb and flow of life within your very self. Embracing it all is embracing truth. You don't, yes, you know, like, you need to move. Not necessarily with the flow. Okay, you need to let go of control. Of course, I'm not saying like go with the flow, you can't control everything, but there's certain things like you really want to control this, and this is not something that you're meant to control so tightly, okay, so strictly. That's not how it's supposed to work. I feel like you're not prepared for the unexpected. Okay, you're not prepared for any things that could lead you astray from this goal of yours, this end result. And You're not flexible. That's what I heard. You're not flexible. You don't want to be flexible. And I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. Because I'm not saying like a... I think we have milk and butter. 25. Which becomes a 7. Like the silk of... Like the silk of one's flesh. I am the giver. I am your eternal. Yeah, it's gonna come, group number 2. Whatever you are wishing for, okay, whatever the end result of that is going to come. It will come to you, regardless. Don't stress yourself so much over it. Don't control everything. For some of them, it's already yours. That's it. That path is established. It's already yours. It's just a matter of time. Now you're supposed to enjoy the road to that point, and you're not enjoying it because you're so in a hurry to get there. And it's you, instead of enjoying it, you're actually stressed. Some of you, like, you're really stressed and you're really frustrated because I want to get this over with. But it's not a matter of getting it over with. Okay, it's a matter of enjoying this, living through this. Now let's see, why are you supposed to live through this? I mean, for some of you, like, you have to learn how to have trust, you have to learn how to be flexible. Okay, so those could be one of your lessons. You have to learn how to believe in yourself and believe in the universe, or believe in God, that, you know, they're going to provide with what you want, like your end result. But what else? Honey, number 18, which becomes a 9. We had another 9. Okay, so I feel like the end of this cycle is near. Okay, it's close, it's getting closer. But the sweetness of you swells in the grace of your pool, oh so beautifully lethal. Oh yes, because I talked about romanticizing. You might need to, yes, that's your lesson, group number 2. Find the beauty, find the positive aspect in this situation, even if it's a negative situation. Okay, find the beauty of it. Romanticize it. That's it. Romanticize it. I know it sounds cheesy, and I know a lot of people don't agree with this perspective on life, and I'm not saying that you should live in a la-la land and just, you know, it's all about fantasy. But sometimes when we're going through difficult situations, sometimes when our minds are overstimulated, overwhelmed with things, just putting some pink glasses on, you know, glasses with the pink lens on, whatever, might help us get through it a little easier. Okay, because yeah, you know, it's one thing to romanticize things, and it's a completely different thing to be delusional. So the Spirit is not telling you to be delusional. Just try and focus on certain positive things, because it's, you know, I guess it's a lot better for mental health in general. Okay, not being so stressed out. Some of you could be really, really stressed out because of whatever is going on. So yeah, find the beauty in it. Find the positive aspects in it. Like these lessons. Now, there might not be a lot of relief, comfort for some of you watching, but, you know, give it a try every now and then, and, you know, focus on the positive things. And then it could be about self-care, and it could be about natural I'm hearing tea and natural remedies and spa treatments. Doesn't have to resonate for everyone, but just like taking care of yourself, okay, and putting yourself first. And for some of you watching, the mental health first. So this is getting specific, I don't want to get into that, but yeah, if you feel like you're struggling with the situation, one of the messages above the rest I've mentioned is to try and see the positive in it, and try to, you know, even romanticize the situation a little bit without becoming delusional, of course, because that's never healthy. Okay, so I'll leave it at this, group number 2. I sure hope this made sense. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Hi, group number 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful image, this is going to be for you. Let's see, what is your current lesson, what you're supposed to learn from this current situation. We have the moon. And we have Three of Cups. We have the Fool. Wow, okay. The first thing, ooh, I'm getting the chills. And then we have Queen of Pentacles. So the first thing that just struck me right from the first two cards is the amount of blues, the blue we have here. Like that's, I don't know, it comes off so strong in your reading, like blue. It's a lot of blue. Now, I feel like some of you could be feeling a little bit underwater, because I'm seeing like this, the really dark blue of the ocean, or like very deep ocean, or a very deep sea, even a very deep lake, although lakes are not necessarily bluish. But yeah, I'm seeing like a very deep water, very, very deep, like that very dark blue, and you don't see a lot. You don't see what's at the bottom, and I feel like some of you might be in that specific situation where you don't see much around you, or you're feeling underwater, really. And it's I don't know, for some of you could be scared, some of you could be uncertain about things. You're in the dark and out of control, like you feel like things are out of your control. You might not be in a very good emotional state, group number 3, I'm gonna be honest. So it's not a positive thing what you're going through. And there's a lot of fear. And well, you might be wondering, what's the lesson? Okay, why this lesson? What is this lesson? And I feel like, with this full energy, it's a matter of faith here, group number 3. It's basically a matter of faith. Like you could be put in a position where you have to trust people, go along with other people's plans in order to get yourself out of this situation. And you will just have to trust this, okay? And it might feel uncomfortable for you. Maybe some of you are already in this position. Maybe some of you will need to be in this position. It might feel very uncomfortable for you because some of you might have been through so many negative things that you no longer trust anyone. But you will have to trust. I feel like one of your biggest lessons is learning how to trust again, learning how to have faith again. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about people. It could also be about, the spirit realm. It could also be about like your spirit guides or God, whatever God you believe in, whatever spiritual beliefs you have, okay? You have to have faith in this. Because eventually with this Queen of Pentacles, feelings will turn out fine, okay? You will get out of this situation and you will be in control of everything in your life again. But right now, you're not. You're not, and you don't like that. And it's not only you don't like that, but you're just like, you're stuck in this position. Some of you could be stuck in this position where you have to rely on other people's help or asking for help from other people. And you will have to do that eventually, group number 3. You will have to reach out eventually, because I feel like, and I'm getting quite a concerning energy, like for some of you, this is getting a little bit out of control, out of your control. Okay, this mental anguish of yours. Ooh, okay, we have 8 of Cups. And the Emperor. Some of you are faced or could be faced with this choice of leaving a previous situation or a current situation. Leaving your comfort zone might be, okay? You might be put in the position of having to leave your comfort zone in order to achieve something that you want or to overcome a certain situation. And you're not very comfortable with this because regardless of how bad things are in your current situation, if they are bad or uncomfortable or unpleasant or you're dissatisfied with it in general, okay, it doesn't have to be dramatic, or at least it's familiar. That's the point of it, okay? No matter how uncomfortable it is, at least it's familiar. It's something that you are always familiar with. And now you would have to step into the unfamiliar, which does not feel good for you, especially since you don't, you can't do it on your own. It's very difficult to do it on your own. Maybe that's the reason that you haven't done it so far up to this point. And overall, this is, very unpleasant for you. Going through this is very unpleasant for you because you have always been the master of your life. Like, you have always been the one in control. You have always been this emperor. Right? The emperor is the absolute, like the ultimate ruler, okay? But while he is surrounded by his subjects and advisors and even an empress, nobody is the emperor. There's only one emperor. So he's basically alone up there somewhere, making these decisions, making sure that everything is running smoothly. And well, I'm sort of exaggerating this, okay, but it's like the duty in a utopic world, the duty of an emperor is to make sure that everything is functioning properly, that all his subjects are happy, that all his lands, all the countries that he's governing are, doing well. And it's a huge responsibility. And if you're not the emperor, you could never possibly understand what an emperor is going through, okay? Because we see from the outside, all this lavish life and the power and the respect that an emperor would enjoy. But in reality, there's a lot of responsibility and there's less time for joy and there's a lot of pressure and a lot of stressful moments. And I feel like that's how you feel. You feel like this emperor. You feel like you are in this position where nobody understands what you're going through and what your responsibilities are and what you're struggling with because they're not you. Now, the other side of it, and I don't want to trigger anyone, is that when somebody has that much power as the emperor, it is universally known at this point that power corrupts. Okay, and people who have this immense power eventually end up abusing it to a certain degree. Okay, and becoming a little bit of a tyrant. And I feel like you have become a little bit of a tyrant, not to other people around you, but to yourself. Because you don't have a land to govern as an emperor. You only have your inner land to govern. So you have become your own tyrant. You have become very strict with yourself. And this is like, you are your own self-critic, like your worst critic and your worst enemy. And you need to get out of that. Because, I don't know, why you feel like you need to uphold a certain image. Like I said, I don't want to judge anyone, okay? I'm not a psychologist, okay? But this could be like a trauma response where you had to rely on yourself for such a long time that you've become so fearlessly independent. And it's just gotten worse from there on. Like you just learn to rely only on yourself and be very, very strict with yourself. Very, you have a lot of self-discipline for some of you. I'm hearing, even if you're not strictly organized, because everyone thinks like if you have self-discipline, you must suffer from OCD or something like that. It doesn't have to show up in every area of your life. Okay, but you know what you want, you know how you're supposed to be, and you hold yourself to these very strict rules. Okay, like you have to be in a certain way, present yourself in a certain way. You present yourself like the emperor, like you're unbeatable, like you are the best, and it's a very tiring image, and that ego could be the one that's holding you back, because now you might actually need help, okay, to get out of something. You might actually need help in order to stabilize something in your life, and you don't want to ask for it, and you're supposed to ask for it. You don't want to leave your kingdom in order to ask for that help. Okay, we have milk and butter. Number 25 becomes a 7. Like the silk of one's flesh, I am the giver, I am your eternal. Some of you could be in this position of a provider, okay, like people are relying on you, or you feel like people are relying on you. You feel like you have a lot of responsibilities, and you feel like nobody understands you, and you can't share those responsibilities, which is not true. We have green man, number 15, which becomes a 6. All that I desire comes to me easily and effortlessly. I know this to be true, for I am abundant in all that I do. Oh, wow. See, these are supposed to be very positive cards, group number 3. Inner power, number 20, becomes a 2. Let it be known, no will or desire is more powerful than I embodied. These are supposed to be very positive cards. And again, I'm not judging you, and I'm not saying this is a flaw, because it's not. In general, it's not, okay? But you are so hyper independent, and you have become that person that everyone comes to for help, for guidance, for support. Okay, you are this cup that keeps on giving, giving, giving. Everyone comes to you, and everyone can rely on you. And no, but you have not told anyone that you are struggling. And I feel like it's more of a mental struggle, but it could also be health issues, or some sort of a burnout, something of that sort. And you feel like you don't want to crack that image, that perfect image of the emperor, of this person who is abundant, of this person who helps everyone, of the person who is powerful. Okay, you have this image that you feel like you need to maintain, and you just don't want to give it up, and you're afraid that if you ask for help, you will give that power away, but you won't. Okay, this is a situation you will just have to trust. Now, of course, don't trust blindly everyone, but trust the people who know what they're doing, I suppose. I don't know, you might have to go to a therapist. I'm just saying, it doesn't necessarily have to be the situation, but yeah, some of you might have to learn how to delegate, just share responsibilities with other people. There's nothing wrong with that. Teach other people how to do what you do. We have honey, number 18, becomes a 9. The sweetness of you swells in the grace of your pool, also beautifully lethal. The sweetness of you. Yeah, this is, whether you like it or not, group number 3, that situation, the situation that you're going through, this cycle is supposed to end, and it's going to end. Okay, it's going to end, because whatever you're going through, you cannot no longer drag it on, okay? And I don't feel like you can do it on your own, and I feel like you already know that you can't do it on your own. Cow with number 5. Oh, the changes. May the embrace of all that is nurturing you awaken in all that you are becoming. The embrace of all that is nurturing you, group number 3. The embrace of all that is nurturing you. Allow yourself to be nurtured. You have been the mother, it's a metaphor, okay, or the father, you have been the parent, you have been the advisor, you have been the guide for everyone around you. This is your lesson, group number 3. This is the time to allow others to nurture you in order to recharge and become, you again. Okay, be healthy, be happy again, and energetic, and to be able to fill the other people's cups again, because you have been giving and giving and giving, and you have not been receiving, and people want to offer you this, people want to take care of you, people want to nurture you, people want to show their gratitude for everything that you've done for them, and you don't allow them to. And this is the time to have faith and trust those people that you have helped. Okay, trust that they have good intention and and they want to help you, and allow them to help you. Okay, so I'm not being judgmental, but I'm just concerned. I'm gonna be honest. I'm concerned because you're not well, and you're refusing help, and you have help here. But it's perfectly normal. Once you've been so independent for a very long time, it's difficult. It's difficult to let that go. Okay, so I'm saying it with all my love, remember, for you. Okay, please don't get triggered. Okay, so I'll leave it at this. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.